All right, so let's talk about Demon Slayer. You see this one? Insane fight scene inside a demon's house, right? And on the surface, it just looks like, amazing, chaotic action. But when you actually break it down, oh man, it is an absolute masterclass in storytelling. We're talking about a single sequence that develops 3 totally different characters, drops some huge world-building lore, and gives the villain this really compelling backstory, all while the house is literally flipping itself inside out.
It all kicks off from the villain's point of view. You hear him say this, right? All these cursed insects running amok in my house. That's Kyogai, the drum demon. And right away, you get it. He doesn't see our heroes as a threat or even as people. They're just bugs, insects infesting his personal space. So for him, this isn't some epic battle, it's pest control. And that one line, it tells you everything about how powerful he thinks he is and just how much he despises them.
So what makes him so tough? Well, it's not just about brute strength. His real power is the house itself. See those drums on his body? Every single time he hits one, reality just twists and warps. He turns this normal building into a lethal, completely unpredictable weapon. You're not just fighting the demon, you're fighting the very room you're standing in.
And here's the cooler part. It looks like pure chaos, but it's not random at all. There's a system to it. Each of those drums has a very specific job. Hit the right one, the room flips right. The left one flips left. The drums on his legs make the room spin forward or backward. And that one on his belly? That's the kill shot, a super fast claw attack. It's basically a death trap puzzle box, and our heroes have to figure it out on the fly while trying not to die. Okay, so who's trapped in this nightmare house? We've got 3 demon slayers, and they could not be more different from each other. And the way each one of them reacts to this exact same threat, it tells you everything you need to know about who they are. It's such a brilliant way to show us their personalities instead of just telling us. First up, we've got the wild card, Inosuke. This guy is something else. He sees a giant demon in a room that's spinning like a top, and what's his big plan? Charge! His whole style, this self-taught beast breathing, it's just pure raw aggression. There is zero strategy here. He just wants to get in there and, as he puts it, rip such a huge target to shreds. And then, on the complete, total opposite end of the spectrum, you have Zenitsu Agatsuma. His reaction to danger isn't aggression, it's just crippling, absolute terror. He's crying, he's sweating, he's basically convinced he's gonna die. He's even begging the others to just leave him behind and run. In his own head, he is the last person you'd ever call a hero. But this is what's so fascinating about Zenitsu, this incredible paradox of his character. Right? When he's awake, he's a mess. Just totally useless because of his fear. But then, the fear gets so intense that he literally passes out. And the second he's asleep, everything changes. The crying coward is gone, and in his place is this silent, focused, and honestly, kinda terrifying warrior.
It's like his body just takes over on pure instinct. And here's the thing, he only ever mastered one technique, just one, but he perfected it to an absolutely insane degree. It's called thunder breathing, first form, Thunderclap and Flash. And it is exactly what it sounds like. One single, perfect, lightning-fast strike. The fight is over in an instant, so fast that when he wakes up, he has no idea what even happened.
Okay, so you've got all this amazing character stuff going on, right? But underneath all that, the show is sneakily dropping a massive piece of world building. We're about to find out the real reason Kyogai is fighting so hard. See, it's not just about getting rid of some insects in his house. He's hunting for something or someone very, very specific. And you might have caught it during the fight. Kyogai keeps saying this one word, Mareichi. What is that? Well, that word is the key to this entire thing. It's the whole reason this fight is happening in the first place. So, what is a Mareichi?
Simple. A Mareichi is a person who has an incredibly rare type of blood. And for a demon, that blood is like a superfood. It's not just a meal, it's this incredibly nutritious delicacy. Think of it like a 5-star gourmet meal that also happens to be a massive power-up.
And just to put it in perspective for you, check out this number. Eating just one Mareichi gives a demon the same power as eating 100 normal humans. 100! Suddenly, Kyogai isn't just some random monster. This one detail changes everything. He's a desperate hunter, going after a legendary prize. And that prize has a purpose. See, Kyogai isn't just fighting because he's hungry. He's fighting for redemption. He thinks that if he can just eat a Mareichi, he'll be powerful enough to get his old job back, to reclaim his spot in the 12 Kizuki. And those are the absolute elite of the elite, the most powerful demons there are.
So you see, his story is actually kind of tragic. He was one of the 12 Kazuki. He made it. But then he hit his limit. He just couldn't get any stronger. And because of that, he was cast out, stripped of his number. So this whole hunt for a Moreichi, it's not just a power grab. It's his one last desperate shot to prove he's not a failure.
All right, so that brings us back to our guy Tanjiro. And he's got it rough. Not only is he fighting this desperate, powerful demon inside a literal Rubik's Cube of a house, he's doing it with broken bones. But even worse than that, his spirit is starting to crack. He is really being pushed past his absolute limit here.
And just as his body is screaming at him, just as that fear is starting to take over, he remembers this lesson from his master. Consider the characteristics of water. It's formless, you pour it in a square container, it's square. A round bottle, it's round. It can be gentle, but it can also be strong enough to break rocks. And this isn't just some nice poetic idea, it's a literal strategy for how to fight.
And what's so cool is you can actually see him work through it in his head, step by step. First, step 1, admit that he's hurt and scared, and it's messing him up. Step 2, remember that lesson about the water. Step 3, and this is the big one, adapt. He realizes he can change his forms, create new movements that actually work with his broken bones, not against them. And finally, step 4, he finds the will to keep going.
And this is it. This is where all those different pieces we've been talking about, the crazy shifting room, the totally different fighting styles, the secret of the Moreichi, Tanjiro's own internal battle, they all crash together for the big finale.
At this point, it's so much more than just good versus evil. It's really a duel of pure desperation. You've got Tanjiro, who's fighting to protect people, to survive. And then you have Kyogai, the outcast, who's fighting for the only thing he has left, a chance to mean something again.
And really, it all comes down to this one question, which is actually the title of the next episode. What is more important than life? For Tanjiro, it's protecting others. For Kyogai, it's regaining his honor. For both of them, the answer is something they are absolutely willing to die for. It kind of makes you wonder, right? What is that thing that drives someone, a person or even a demon, to keep fighting when everything seems hopeless? What really is more important than life itself?